More than 1,600 Vietnam servicemen have never come home, but today, 45 years after he was killed in action, a Colorado airman finally made it. Our Deborah Takahara was the only reporter there for the emotional return. She joins us now live with the exclusive story. Deb?
Olivia, Colonel Leo Boston's family invited us to be at DIA for his homecoming. They say it's important to share their story of hope, patience, and perseverance. And even after more than 4 decades, it was an extremely emotional time. An arrival at DIA, 45 years in the making.
It's just amazing to have Dad back on American soil and here near us, and that his case is solved.
Colonel Leo Boston's case began back in 1966. As a pilot in the Vietnam War, he rescue mission.
He just vanished out of sight of his wingman on a turn back into enemy territory, and that was it.
And for 30 years, that's all his family knew.
There was no information, nothing. There was plane, no hints of what happened, and it was just the not knowing.
Bethany Boston Johnson was just 6 at the time her father disappeared. As the oldest of 3 children, she felt responsible for finding out what happened.
It's a pressure that we put on ourselves to account for our fathers, and it's really been my life mission.
Part of her mission was accomplished 11 years ago when the military found some remains. But they had to wait until just recently for DNA technology to catch up and make a positive ID.
I had literally pinched myself a couple times, and I was in shock. We never thought this day we're experiencing right now would come, so we're so grateful.
Bethany and her brother John went to Hawaii to bring their father's remains home to Colorado.
I'm just proud of my country that we live in a country that didn't give up on this situation.
Colonel Boston's remains met not only by his family members here at DIA, but police officers, firefighters, and war veterans from around the state, all here to make sure he receives the proper welcome home.
I think we represent everyone. It starts from the country down, but most importantly for the family.
I do feel a lightening happening, just a lightening of the heart. I think I'm about to wrap my mission of giving my father a proper burial for my family.
The military has a motto, no man left behind. And Colonel Boston's children say if their father's case can be solved with very little evidence and very few remains, there is hope for the thousands of other families who are still waiting to bring their loved ones home. Colonel Boston will be buried at the Air Force Academy on Friday with full military honors, and we will be there and bring that to you on Friday night.
You know, you said it in their DNA. It's so amazing, and DNA helped solve this case. Can we expect more soldiers now to be identified and brought home?
They do. They say in the last couple of years, they have doubled the number of Vietnam vets that have been identified positively and brought home to their loved ones. So
such good news for those families after so long.
Yeah.
Great story. Deb,
Thank
thanks.
you. Thanks. Tonight, a final salute to a war hero. A Colorado family has waited 45 years for this day. After being lost for more than 4 decades, Colonel Leo Boston found his final resting place at the Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs.
We've gathered this afternoon to honor and remember a national hero.
1,600 heroes from the Vietnam War have never made it home, but after 45 years,
Colonel Leo Sidney Boston
finally made it.
It's hard to keep up hope, but my sisters never gave up. We owe this day to them persevering.
We are here to honor the ultimate sacrifice of a man who gave his all to defend our nation.
Colonel Boston was a pilot on a search and rescue mission when his plane went down in the jungles of Vietnam in 1966. It took more than 4 decades to find and then identify his remains.
It means a great deal that they have not forgotten us. It gives me faith in our country.
We are grateful for his service and also mindful of those who are still left behind.
Colonel Boston's children were just 3, 4, and 6 at the time he disappeared.
So for your loss, for your suffering, I am truly sorry.
They held on to one memory, something he said before deploying to Vietnam.
He said, "Bethany, you have to be brave."
And they stayed brave, searching for answers ever since.
There were many times when we never thought we'd ever see this day.
We often remember the ones who become instant heroes for their acts of sacrifice. But you have been the silent heroes who have had to be strong, who've had to be brave.
Colonel Boston's children say this is all overwhelming, but they are proud to live in a country that gives back so much.
Thank you very much for coming.
to those who have given so much.
Colonel Boston's children say they will now try to help other MIA families. They say if their father's case can be solved, there is hope for the 1,687 others from the Vietnam War who have yet to be identified.